A founder successfully secures their funding. They sign the paperwork and deposit the cash. But when it comes time for their next round, they realize they've given away so much equity that they are effectively losing control of their own company. This happens when founders raise capital using early pre-money safes. Because the math on these agreements stacks up in overlapping ways, founders lose track of the dilution. As one Hustle Fund case study noted, a founder discovers he only owns 35% of the company. We are going to fix this right now. In the next 5 minutes, you will learn how to calculate your exact post-fundraise ownership and build a protective capitalization table. To gain mathematical clarity, we skip the pre-money safe entirely. Instead, we use the post-money safe, a structure designed to give you an exact, predictable percentage of what you are selling. Grab a piece of paper or open a spreadsheet. You need 2 target numbers to begin: the exact dollar amount you want to raise and your post-money valuation. Knowing these exact numbers before you sign a single agreement ensures you retain the equity and the power to execute your vision. Think of your startup as a single pizza. Right now, you and your co-founders own 100% of it. Every time you raise money, a slice slides away to an investor. A healthy funding round means giving away 10 to 20% of that pizza per stage. The post-money safe is your ultimate defense mechanism here. It locks in the exact percentage of the pizza you are selling, stripping away the complex, overlapping math of older contracts. To find out exactly how big your investor's slice is, use this equation. Take your total investment amount and divide it by your post-money valuation. If you raise $1 million at a $5 million post-money valuation, your investor is buying exactly 20% of the company. Step 1. Plug your target raise and valuation into this equation. Do the math and write down that specific percentage. Running this equation shifts the mathematical risk off your shoulders and sets a hard boundary on investor ownership. The investor slice is not the only piece leaving the pie. You have another piece to account for. When you take capital, sophisticated investors will mandate that you create an employee stock option pool, or ESOP. You use these shares to incentivize future talent to join your team. The harsh reality of the ESOP is that it is carved exclusively out of your remaining equity, not the new investor's equity. The standard industry requirement for an ESOP is a 10 to 15% allocation of the total company. If you sell 20% to investors and carve out 10% for the ESOP, you take a combined 30% reduction to your ownership all at once. Step 2. Look at your paper and subtract another 10 to 15% from your running equity tally. Factoring in the ESOP today ensures you don't mathematically over-leverage your company before you even begin hiring. We take these abstract percentages and formalize them into the standard tool of venture capital, the capitalization table. This chart shows a properly modeled cap table. The absolute rule here is that all equity stakes in the far right column must add up perfectly to 100%. On your blank document, create your first line. Map your calculated investor percentage here. Create line 2. Map your chosen 10 to 15% ESOP pool allocation here. Create line 3. Determine the founder's remaining equity by subtracting lines 1 and 2 from 100. Step 3. Perform a survival check. Look at your final founder line and verify that it is resting comfortably above 50. Maintaining a majority stake at the seed stage proves you have a properly structured, legally defensible fundraising round. You now have a secure cap table model. You know exactly how much of your company you are trading for capital. Trading these slices away is the cost of growth. Owning 60% of a $10 million company is the goal, because later on, a small 15% slice of a billion-dollar company is worth $150 million on its own. Before you officially sign those safes, there is one final real-world step. Incorporate your startup as a Delaware C Corp. This secures strict legal protections and unlocks qualified small business stock tax exemptions, which can save you millions when you eventually exit. With your mathematical model built and your corporate legal structure in place, you are fully prepared to step into the market and raise millions.